So today we are going to rehome our Malaysian Earth-tiger tarantula into her new space. They can get up to 25 centimeters leg span. Females typically can live between 14 to 20 years, and males only live up to 5 years. They like really warm and humid areas, 70 to 80%, with temperatures of 86 as a high and 70 as a low. Now they live in Malaysia in the lowlands off of a few of their islands. They're what's classified as an old world and boreal tarantula. They can be aggressive if overly threatened. This is a female, and what we're going to use is actually a trick that we saw on another YouTube video of a Simply Orange bottle, where we usher the tarantula in this end and we put a dowel rod through the hole in the neck of the bottle, and that keeps the tarantula in this bottom portion here. And you can always put the lid back on if you're afraid that your tarantula will throw its hairs at you. Then when we go to put it back into the new home, we will use the hole on the bottom and just slightly usher it out the top and into its new enclosure. So I wanted to explain that before we started taking those steps. So she can be really fast, and she's a fairly new spider to us. We haven't moved her. We're moving her because this container is just too big for her. Tarantulas typically like small enclosures. They don't like big enclosures, and it can really scare them. And we're hoping that this smaller enclosure will make her a little bit happier and help her feel like she's able to be more safe. And there she goes, right into her little hole. Now I took a half of a plastic container that we get from our reptile shop that typically holds rats or mice, and I just took some
moss.
I just took some moss and glued it up on the inside and around that, so she had a safe space. And it will also hold humidity and help her stay nice and warm as well as humid. And like always, if anybody is new to tarantulas, remember that a tarantula, like our Malaysian tiger, is not a beginning tarantula. These are for experienced handlers. They are not meant to be handled and touched very often like you can with a Chelan or a black Brazilian. If you guys have any questions or comments or even other suggestions, feel free to leave them on our comments portion of this video, and we'll be glad to answer any of those.